Welcome to Paul Ricard. It's a beautiful day here, and we are at the Group 2 finale of GT Sport, or GT Sport, ACC and eSeniors. And we are just about to get ready for qualifying. I have a little technical problem, so you let me know on the stream if you have any issues, because I might need to restart the stream. So you let me know if it's choppy and weird. It looks like I'm losing a lot of frames. So you let me know, because I might need to restart the stream here actually. So give me some feedback. How it's looking. So sorry about that, but it's exciting because we have Don Quinn is leading the championship. But Radislav can win if Don is placing no better than 4th and Radislav wins. That's the talking point today. At Paul Ricard, that opened 1970. The layout we're racing is 5.7 kilometers with 13 turns. This beautiful track is located Marseille. Mark Stevens, hey, welcome. Do you have an issue with the stream? It looks like it's green on my side now. Excuse me, my voice. So let me know if you have any issues with the stream. And talking about stream, let's go to the stream and see what's going on here. We have quite a few cars on track today. We have, let's see, how many cars do we have? Oh, we have a lot. We have 27 cars on track today, which is great to see. Awesome. All good so far. Great. I think something have improved them, because I had looked like I had a lot of frame drops in the beginning, but if we're good, we're good. So as I mentioned, super excited to see how this is going to play out. Pretty much, I think the lower positions, if you will, nothing is low in this context because we have such great drivers. But I think so. Don Quinn leading the championship right now. Radislav is 2nd. Bruce Hopkins 3rd. Richard McKay P4, and Olaf Lenortner P5. Hugo Caballero did a great race last race. He placed P2. So let's see what Hugo can do today. He sits in P4 right now, and preliminary pole position right now is Don Quinn, 156.3. I think we're gonna see into 155s at least today. What else to mention? Bruce Hopkins won the last race. Radislav did not place really well last race. He was P18. Don was P5. So we'll see how they place in this race today. Oh, I completely forgot to put on my my headset actually, so I get a little sound from the track. So stand by. I was putting that on charge, so I'll be right back. All right, I have this checklist I go through when I get ready for my stream here, because there's so many things that has to be up and running. So I need to put on the headset as one checkpoint. All right, so looking at Don. I don't know what happened there. Let's look a little. He was trying to get a little bit of room. It's following Hugo Caballero as we go through this track. It's a very technical, difficult track. They're coming down to the 100-meter braking point. You want to go up on the curb a little bit, up on the curb here too. It's going to help you to rotate around. And here's this very sharp right-hander. It feels like you're going nowhere. Stay close to the right side here, like Hugo is doing. And get on the throttle here, because here we're coming out on the straight, the Mistral straight. Just crazy long, because the GT3 does not have any chicane. And it's so long, so when this track opened 1970, the Formula One cars had trouble because they were running on high revs for so long. And I think in 1985 it was a spectacular, Ayrton Senna had a spectacular engine failure here, where the motor exploded and he was slipping around on his own engine oil. Here coming around, you have to be patient on the throttle, coming up to this turn, open it up and turn. He's going on his second gear through there in the McLaren. That's the right way to do it. Coming up here to the last two turns. As the curb, white and red ends on the right is a braking point. Here you want to open it up. It's a little bit tight there because you don't want to get on the tip of that curb there because it's a little bouncy. Let's see Hugo Caballero coming in. He's improving his time. He's improving the position. Yes, he is. P7 for Hugo Caballero. Let's find someone else who is on a good run. Olli Linnortner, he's just about to complete the lap. He's up 0.5. That's going to move him up in the standings a little bit. Yes, a lot. He's up to P3. It's followed Don. He's sliding a lot. He was up. Lost a lot of time. He was up half a second on his time, and that should he's 0.6 behind the preliminary poles here right now is Bruce Hopkins on a 1:55.7. Let's see what Don can do. Can he pick something up on the last sector? He's up 0.2 right now. Great, Mark. Thanks for the feedback. Derek Bird, welcome. McSharpenberry on Twitch. Thank you for joining us. Oh, Don is oversteering. He's not improving. Let's jump over to Kanson here. He has a little traffic in front, but he's up on his time, so he can get provisional pole. Let's see if he gets impeded by this car in front of him. Is he coming around here for the last two turns? It's turning that BMW now. He lost all his time there. That's disappointing for him. Has to take another shot at it. 5 minutes left. And he's going into the pits. Let's look at Mr. Mileski. He's up half a second on his time. He's currently in P16 as Mr. Abben did a great lap there and got in on 1:57.8 and pushed Mike down to P16. Mike had a little traffic with him there, but he's up 0.3, so I think not too shabby. See if we can just get around this turn. This is so critical not to get on that and don't get too wide. Get on the throttle as quick as possible. He lost a lot of time there. You can lose your whole lap on that, just that turn. It's unbelievable. He's not improving position really. So here is Joe Bekavac looking to improve in the Porsche. He's up 0.7. What's that's gonna do? He's gonna maybe jump Mr. Miller. Yes, he's doing that into P22. Bruce Hopkins still the fastest driver. Let's see who up here. Mr. Britos. He's on a disqualified lap. Nothing to see there. Here is a new driver. I just want to showcase. I don't think I have seen Mr. Vasconcelos before, so welcome. There's Jeremy Robas. Hugo is now down to P7. Don Queen is... he just has to stay ahead of Radislav, actually. Radislav really needs to win. And Don Queen needs to place no better than 4 for Radislav to clinch the championship. Anything in between. It could be also that Radislav, he could win and get the fastest lap. And then Don places 3rd, but then they're going to be even. Then it's going to be split. So, yeah, interesting times. Hopkins on a run with traffic. Have to abort his lap. Don is now up. Let's see on his new lap. See what he's doing. Try to focus this Audi. We hear a lot of scrubbing on those tires. Staying close to that curve, getting on the throttle. Open up for the Mistral straight. Going pretty wide. I think he was okay. He's not disqualified. It's about even with his previous time. Not really improving. Mr. David, he's on the disqualified lap. Let's see who is on something interesting. Eric Langlois. Going a little bit wide, but he's up on his time. Let's follow him a little bit. See the TV camera. He has a cool livery. Look at that one. It's really cool. So only a minute and a half left. So there's no one else really that can threaten Don, because Don has 552 points. You get 60 points if you win. So even if Don didn't race at all, no one except Radislav can challenge him. So he has had a great run here at the eSeniors GT2 Championship. Don Queen. Eric lost his time. Let's go to Thomas. He's doing a little drifting there in his Porsche. We can see he's done a couple of laps. He's all dirty on his white car. Looking for some other... yeah, Don is up now, 0.3, but he is 0.7 behind. So he really needs to do a miraculous lap here in the closing seconds. Coming up on the long straight. Mistral straight up 0.3. Let's get in the cockpit with Don. Doing good so far. He's going really wide, but he's picking up time. This is such a technical corner. Staying in the middle here as he's turned for his left-hander. He lost a lot of time there. You could hear him scrubbing his tires. So he will not be able to improve very much. Maybe he can get into P4 if he do it. Oh, he's doing a pretty good turn, but he lost a lot of time again. Like I said, you can lose your whole lap there, and that's basically what he did. So he's not improving at all. So Don and Radislav is not improving. Hey Billy, welcome to the stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So that's it. So Bruce Hopkins, Kansen, McKay, Linnortner, Queen and Bishrak to the 3 first rows. at the championship. A couple of guys out still running, but they are not clocking times. That will make any difference. Let's put on the groove. Let's go to the track walk. It's a beautiful track. That was financed by the Pastis magnate, however you say it. He got really rich on Pastis. Most of us have probably not got rich on Pastis. We got drunk on it. Here we go, first turn. It's gonna be crowded. Este la Verrier coming into this little S-thing into the hotel, and then the second sector, just try to maximize the speed out of that sector, which is so technical. Long straight that was blowing engines on Formula 1 cars in the 70s and the 80s, the Mistral straight. This fast right-hander, just go down one gear and try not to go wide. Bossette, be really patient. And Bendor, and going around into this really difficult last turn, Virage du Pont. And that's a lap at Paul Ricard. I was stressing over the stream, so I didn't really look at the standings together with you guys. So there we go. There we see Don Queen, 552, 540 for Radislav, 456 Bruce Hopkins, and Richard McKay 432, and Olli Linortner. Rounding up the top 5 there. Yeah, what's your pick? What do you think? Yeah, 1:55.605. That was the fastest lap. Hey Carlo, welcome to the stream. Oh, you don't see times on the stream? Good Lord. Didn't you see any times? Well, if you didn't, we'll fix that. We are about to start. I'm gonna set this thing so I'm in the right mode. There we go. Oh, look at that. Was that during the whole qualifying? Alright, well, if it was, I really apologize. That's why we have the pit wall. Go over to pit wall. I did a link there in the chat, further up in the chat, if you want to look at pit wall. I love pit wall. It's great when you're doing commentating. And there is Timmy. I get to use the Timmy cam. I'm gonna mute for a minute. Okay, I'm gonna do this while I have Timmy barking, which might not be so cool, but let's see. Bruce Hopkins, Canson, first row. McKay, second row with Ollie. Third row, Don Queen can clinch the championship. There he is, and Radislav Virchirek, the guy that can clinch this if Don plays worse than 4 and Radislav wins. Caballero, great showing again in P7. Jeremy, P8. P9, Peter David, and Macedo, and I need to go to the helicam here because they're coming around for the start. So let's cut the groove and get ready for the race. Here we go. Race 12, the last race of the eSeniors season 6. That's hard to say. Here we go. A good start by Hopkins. Camson sitting in the back. We see also Virchirek in the back. Timmy, shut up. Bruce Hopkins is the commanding lead. Looks clean this corner, just fanning through. Good start here by Group 1. Well done, well done. Tim is still chasing something, maybe a squirrel. And Don Quinn is up in P4. Caballero up in P5. Pick 2 positions. We have a little kerfuffle in the back. Maybe that was just door to door. Let's hope it was. It's looking back here. McKay in P3, running P3. Don Quinn P4. Caballero P5. Ollie P6. Radislav need to hurry up. He needs to win this race. And Don to be in P4 like he is for him to clinch the championship. Oh, here's Jeremy Arobas looking racy with Peter David coming into this long right-hander. Banks losing traction. Just going down a little bit. Here's Benny Heim from Germany. Let's shut down Timmy Cam. So it looks like people have found their places a little bit down the line. Yeah, when Timmy sees animals on the TV, he's barking. He wasn't watching TV now. He was just watching out the window. But I'm glad he's not barking at cars, because I always have race cars on. He is castrated. Come on, don't be rude. Don Quinn, fastest lap. That doesn't really say anything here in the beginning. Caballero P5. Getting a little pressure by Ollie. See what happens. Caston Gay have a yellow. Oh, what happened? He might have got injured earlier. Look up down the field a little bit. Thomas is trying to reach Mr. Banks. The top 3 are now separated by a second. As we see Obando getting racy here on Daniel Britos. Yeah, the Lexus, that's a car that's growing on me. Seems to be very popular. The Audi is another car. I actually thinking to use that in a championship here. Maybe in the mid-season. Here is Obando trying to reach Britos before the turn. Britos goes in, defensive on the inside. Obando is going to be able to do outside run. Or maybe switch over as we're coming into the next turn. Now Britos is doing a really good job defending there. Obando had to pull back a little bit. Got a little offline. Eric Langlois pushes up to P13. Also we see Ollie. Oh, something happened. What happened here? Let's see what happened. Oh, it's that Vishrek and Ollie. Oh, a little touch. Ollie goes off, slides off, and yeah, that's it. Sorry to see. That's what is that? Is that Abben? No, it's not. Let's go back to Don Quinn. So yeah, Vishrek. It was Vishrek that went into the pits. That's a shame for him. That will make it much easier for Don to clinch the championship. He just had to have a clean nose. Not even that, I think. Nikos, welcome. Welcome, Nikos. All right, so yeah, there goes that talking point. Ollie is still in the pits, I think. There he is. So Canson is now chasing Hopkins. Canson have had good showings. He was a P3 And he also had a win earlier in the season. So he's been doing good. Jeremy Robas in P7 right now. And where is Jeremy in the championship? P13. He did a P6 and a P7. So he has improved his performance over the season quite a bit. He wasn't even in the top 10 in the beginning, but lately has found his groove. Great to see. A lot of people improving. It's great to see. Let's look at Mr. Abben. That I really dig his livery. One of the new drivers running in P20 right now. I haven't looked at Statis. That's a cool livery. If you want to get on camera, just make sure I have a cool livery. Macedo. Nuno Macedo. I hope I pronounced that name right. From Portugal. I haven't seen him before, but he's running in P8. Let's see if I can see on the leaderboard here if he has had any showings before. No, he might be brand new actually. So yeah, great. It's great to see Ferrari. We don't have too many Ferraris. It's only been Obando before. Statis goes up to P13 as I'm blabbing on. The top cars separating quite a bit now. Let's go down to Thomas, starting to challenge Statis. Let's get in his cockpit for a little bit, see something different. Coming to the end of the lap, looked like Statis was going defensive. See if this Porsche can outrun Audi. I don't think so. Coming into the last two turns of the lap. Don't get on that curve there, just in the corner. You see the Audi is just powering out of that corner, unbelievable. If you can catch him on the straight. Oh, he gets on the curb. Thomas got a little bit shaky as well. Yeah, two Ferraris in the grid. Yeah, that's catchy. Hey, Melvin. Welcome, everyone. Subscribe and like. Oops, not instant replay. I was pressing the wrong button. There we go, out on the straight. Thomas Regnier. Trying to reach the Audi. Look at the Audi just powering away. Look at that. I think I'm going to drive Audi next season. Oh yes, traffic in front of me. Statis up on banks. It can get spicy. A three-way battle. And that particular turn there, that long right-hander, people take that a little bit different. See what they can do when they come around. Yeah, Thomas is pushing. Alright, this is the closest battle on track right now. Hopkins have a comfortable lead right now, 2.9 seconds. The guy behind. Scanning the leaderboard for other close contests, but this is the closest right now. See how that develops. We have Mr. Bikavak. He was trying to reach... someone dropped out right now. Who was that? It was one of the newer drivers. Left the race. And I think also... did Ollie leave? Yeah, I think Ollie left. Unfortunate. Status makes a little bit progress here. They go wide. The thing, as long as you get inside those yellow markers there, it looks like you don't get the penalty. Ferreira. Happened to Ferreira. I think that was unforced error. Bande getting spicy here with Mr. David. Mr. Britos. Daniel Britos. Alright, here we have this triplet of cars getting company by Benny Heim in the back. Took me a while to get used to this track. I think it has a lot to do, but you know, the setup. You really have to have it planted as you go through these high-speed corners, and also it's these corners that are a little bit tighter. You have to find the balance. Very close there for a while with the Benny Heim back there with Thomas. They dropped Heim a little bit now. Time. Keeping an eye on the other battle, which is Obando and Britos. Let's see what happens there on the straight. Obando goes wide. Tries to get an inside on Britos. Not successful yet. Maybe next time around. This sector is really hard to pass. You can get close, but there's really no room. Let's jump back to Statis. He's getting a good run and he gets really, really close and he has to pull out and almost gets a little fishtail going. Thomas is ready to pounce behind him. He sorts it out to reset for the next lap. Now Thomas is really getting a run here on Statis. We do have a pit stop in this race. The pit window is opening in just 40 seconds. So this race is 50 minutes long. Let's jump quickly back to Peter David. We haven't seen him for a while. He's up on Caballero. That's doing a great run here in P5. Try to challenge P5. Let's go back to this little triplet again. Closest race on track at the moment, together with Obando and maybe Peter David, if he can get a little bit closer. There we go. Start this on the inside. Good run. See if that will stick. Banks sits behind there, or Thomas is behind and tries to capitalize. Yeah, no wing. No wing on Dimitri, as we see a yellow flag on Ferreira in the back. Yeah, Statis looks like he that will stick. I think the other cars were probably holding him up. Because Statis had pace in that little Audi. Macedo is chasing down Jeremy. Great to see this new driver. Let's look at his Ferrari a little bit. Trying to make something happen. Okay, Thomas is now on the prowl. So we'll see. We have 3 Audis in a row here. We have Banks, Statis and Langlois. So, it's a really popular car. We have 6 Audis here. Hopkins in the lead, and then the McKay P3, Queen P4, and then this little triplet here, 11, 12, 13. Here we go. Is it gonna go inside? Helicam camera is the best here. Yeah, good line by Thomas. Banks is really holding the fort. Behind there is now Meleski coming up to join the party. Another thing that's developing up the leaderboard is Arobas coming up to Peter David and Caballero. It's Peter David and Caballero. Benny Heim in the pits. Pit window is open. I wonder if that's a strategic pit or if he had some problems. I don't think he's been involved in any accidents. Peter Davis is setting it up here. Let's see what he can do on the straight. Nissan, that's the only Nissan in the field today. He's racing the McLaren. I would stay closer to the McLaren and try to slipstream. Oh, there we go. Caballero comes on the outside, tries to protect. I really actually liked the inside and tried to really late break the inside, but I wasn't successful there. Good driving by Peter. You don't want to do anything too crazy. It's easy to try to do the inside and overshoot it completely, and we see Jeremy Robas in the rear view mirror of Peter David. Peter David clearly have the pace on Caballero. Caballero goes a little bit wide. He's going second gear here on the Nissan and tries to power out, but McLaren has a lot of grunt. I mean, I've been driving that one for years. You can see he's just pushing away, or maybe he has got a better exit, but that corner is so difficult. So difficult. Let's jump over to Obando. So Daniel is going defensive. Look at that, it's very close racing. Let's look at from the sky cam. It's really good, this track. See if Obander can set something up. This part of the sector really is about setting it up so you can maximize the speed up on the straight. Is he gonna be able to do that? I don't think it looks like he is gaining at all. Pretty even down the straight, looks like. I don't think he's gonna do anything, but well, let's see what happens with these guys. A little bit further up the grid here, Peter David, Arobas, Macedo. And Caballero in front of Peter David. Let's go inside Peter David's cockpit again. Really looks like he has better pace. He just has to find the place where he can really put that to his advantage. I would probably use my second gear there to get the better turn in, I don't know. Here we go. Looks like he got a better run out of there than last time. Hey Frank. Looks like you bail out of the race. Hope you're feeling well. Or good enough. Alright, here we go. Peter David tries to set up in this sector. Oh, it looks like the McLaren went a little bit hard on the curb. David goes up on the curb there to maybe try to get the car to rotate. Let's see if the McLaren is disappearing for him here. It looks like it is. Let's quickly jump up to McKay because he's coming up on Canson just in front of the cars we just looked at. This is a fight for P2. It's another Audi. It's now fighting the BMW of Canson of Sweden. McKay from Canada. He's not content with the Canadian gold. He wants the silver. The only one away in the way for that is Canson. Let's see if I can get a good exit. Yeah, look very clean. Hansen goes on the inside a little bit. Jumping to Macedo here because he's really coming up on Arobas. This is a fun little quartet cars. So we see Daniel Britos going into the pits. Keeping an eye on McKay's situation. Looks like Macedo was hitting a little bit hard on the... Oh, Jeremy gets a bad exit. I think Macedo is setting up his Ferrari to pass. There we go. Coming out on the straight, goes wide. Not too wide though. Good pace. This is good enough. Sitting in the slipstream. Here he comes. Here he comes. Is he going to go the inside? Yeah, he goes the inside. I see him late break. Nice and clean so far. Jeremy goes a little wide, gets Macedo to adjust his line just slightly. Oh, side by side they go. And Jeremy, yeah, there's no, I don't think that was any contact. I think Jeremy just lost the traction. So Macedo gets P7. Well done there. Just double check that we didn't have any. Oh, I don't have that sheet connected. Let's see. Race control. Did we have anything there? It says possible contact, so I don't think there was any contact. So yeah, well done on Macedo. So now we have Canson in the pits. Canson in the pits, so he goes in there to try to get an advantage. We're gonna see how the pit stops are going. Let's see, a pit stop here will cost you. Let's see, a good pit. Yeah, it's a little bit over a second. So I sent, or I'm sorry, a minute. So a minute 4 would be the ideal situation. The best one so far I see is a minute 7. See what Canson can do. Several guys in the pits now. Yes, and McKay still out. There's McKay, and there's now a 6-second gap between McKay and Hopkins. Yeah, very nice move by Macedo. Stop and go by Peter David. Ouch. Hopkins goes in. McKay goes in. And Canson is now out on the run, so let's see what happens with him. Expectation is that he's gonna rotate out behind McKay, unless McKay is gonna have a horrible pit stop. Let's see what Canson did on his stop. He did a 1:06 in total, so that means stopped 32 seconds, which meant a little adjustment. Let's see how the other guys fared when they come out. Peter David, stop and go. And a nice move there, whoever that was. That moved the way for Canson coming through. Fastest on track, Robert Obando, 287 kilometers. That's about 3 kilometers faster than anyone else, which is unbelievable. So Hopkins and Canson. Hopkins was a second slower than McKay, and Canson was a second faster than McKay and 2 seconds faster than Hopkins. So he gained a little bit, not too much, but let's see how he did on his out lap and see where they stack after we come through. Thomas Regnier is still out. McKay is behind Miller, who is still have to stop. So it looks like actually Canson managed to jump McKay through the pit stop. So you see that Miller has to stop. And he was, and then also Thomas Regnier had to stop. So yeah, Canson did good. Did really good in his pit stop, and probably his outlap was very fast too. Yeah, through that. He had some traffic, but I don't think he's impeded anything. Miller goes in. So Canson is now 2.6 behind Hopkins. His tires are going to be probably a little bit warmer and maybe better traction than Hopkins. I'm trying to set up my view so I can track these guys and their progress. Yeah, so let's see if Canson can push. It's Jeremy Arobas trying to get back at Macedo. Macedo running in P7 at the moment. Where did... yeah, Caballero. Okay, Caballero runs in P6. Great to see. Statis chasing Britos. Britos is parking on the inside, defending. See who will win this race. Let's see, Statis gets ahead. Is he going to be able to stay? He's going wide. Oh, he just comes in front of those... barrier, or not barriers, but little yellow markers. That looks like it's sticking. Great move by Statis. I think Statis is faster than Brito, so he is would be relieved. And now Thomas Regner goes into the pits. As I'm losing my headset while I was scratching my ear. So now we have standings regular way. Hopkins, Canson and McKay. So yeah, Canson. There wasn't really that big of a difference in the pit stop timing on them, just 1 or 2 seconds, but it was enough for Canson to get out and get good traction. Have a couple of hot laps before the other guys went in. So great strategy. Good call. Check on Mr. Abben, P16. Behind him, P17. Lonely race there for Mr. Ferreira. Frederick Tennant. Second half of the Tennant duo, Frank and Frederick. It's great to see on track. Or Peter David trudging along, P21. Britos tried to push to do something. What happened? Miller. What happened with Miller? Around the, or did he just go too fast, or just oversteer? Whoops, bad. Yeah, let's see Dawn. What did Dawn do in the pit stop? Dawn did a good pit stop. So he had a 106 in the pit. McKay had a 107, Canson 106, and Hopkins 108. So not that big of a difference, but you know, it's a couple of seconds here and there. I think really the key is the how much you push when the other guys are in the pits. That's when you really want to push. Robas chasing Macedo. It's the closest on track right now. Pretty spread out. We have less than 15 minutes of the race. The way it stands like now, Don Queen is the king. No pun intended. King of Group 2. And Radislav did not have a good race at all. Bruce Hopkins, P3 in the championship, will not be able to do something about that because Bruce Hopkins is not on track. So he will stay where he is, Bruce. So I think right now the 1, 2, 3 in the championship is Don, Radislav and Bruce. No question about it. But this race is a little bit open still. We have Hopkins, Canson and McKay right now lapping pretty evenly. I think maybe the likeliest is that I think the contest might be between McKay and Canson. Actually, I'm seeing Canson improve here on Hopkins. Might see something happen here in the end. But this is really the closest race right now. Jeremy is chasing on Macedo in P6. Canson still sitting less than 2 seconds. Hopkins. So he's just a mistake away from getting the win, but Hopkins have been pretty solid. Sits still on the best time, 155.560 in his best lap. But Canson's last lap was faster. He was 0.7 fastest, faster than Hopkins. I'm working on the podium graphics while we have a little lull, so to speak. My right eye on the screen to see what's going on in the race. And we have Group 1 here in a little bit. I'm gonna be racing. It's gonna be fun. I feel much more comfortable with this track than I did before. So it's really spreading out now. Canson 2.2, not doing that much of an inroad. Let's see on my data sheet. He's faster. Last lap he lost a little bit last lap. Canson. Let's get over on him and let's get into his cockpit a little bit. I haven't really shown him that much. The Canson from Sweden. An eye on Aerobus. Also Peter David, actually. Let's look at Peter. Comes up here to challenge Frederick. I don't know if Frederick have a livery or if and I'm missing it, or he's just driving that good-looking Bentley in black. Nothing wrong with that. Looks pretty cool. Let's get in the cockpit with Peter. Surely he must be faster than the Bentley on the straight. And imagine the slipstream you get behind that big bus. Look at that. It's gonna go on the inside here. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Go out in the last minute. There we go. It's gonna stick. No. Good job, Frederick. Keeping it on the track. It's keeping the traction. Coming around this long right-hander. Good line, going really defensive there on the inside. The David gets a little bit on the curb. These pink accents are kind of matching the curbs. Oh, very close racing. He's coming on the inside. I think he got a little bit on the yellow bumpy strips. Good chase here. Coming on the inside. Gonna make it. Yeah, there it is. Good move, Peter David. Nice to be able to see his action. Sorry for him with that drive-through. Or stop and go or whatever he got. Back to Jeremy. Still hanging out here with Macedo. There we go. Is he going to slingshot on the inside? No. Jeremy is a gentleman driver. He's not going to do anything crazy. Let's stay with it. Set it up for the long straight. He's doing the right thing here. He's looking a little bit on the inside here. Putting a little pressure on Macedo. Maybe trying to get Macedo to look a little bit more in his rear view mirror than in the front. And we're coming out on the straight. I think McLaren will beat the Ferrari here in the slipstream. Stay in the slipstream to the last second. Here we go. Slingshot inside. No. There it is. Gonna make it. Yeah, it's going tight there on that line. Sets him up well for the inside there. He held back. Held back a little bit, but maybe that's gonna be able to capitalize on that. Good racing side by side. Macedo recovers. Great racing between these two gentlemen. That's great to see. Oh, he tries to go on the inside. That was very, very close. I don't think he tried to go on the inside. He just took that line. Meleski has a lot of fun with Benny Heim. Looked like he was getting really, really close. That is coming up on a bando as well. So maybe here in the last 5 minutes we get a little action. Like Mike Meleski lost a little bit of steam, so we're jumping over to Statis. Oh, there we go. Bando went on the bumpy strips. I love to see those Ferraris. It's just unbelievable. I like the Ferraris. They just sound so great. My brother in Sweden got to drive a Ferrari yesterday. And it's it's snowy roads in Sweden, so I think he was a little bit nervous. The owner of that car is a very wealthy guy that actually bought 5 Ferraris to get on the on the list for one of the more exclusive Ferraris. They have a quota, so based on spend. So in order to get that on that quota, he bought 5 Ferraris, and this is one of them that had been sitting at the dealer for so long that the dealer wanted to get rid of it. My brother's son-in-law had a garage spot in Stockholm where he said that he could put the Ferrari because the son-in-law is a friend of this very wealthy young man. So yeah, crazy. That's how my brother ended up in that Ferrari. Mileski is not getting the traction in the last sector. I started actually to drive the Ferrari when I first joined the ACC on PC. Status almost came to a standstill there. Alright, look at that. Peter David is up on Ferrera. So yeah, I was racing the Ferrari in the beginning because I really liked how it sounds and everything and looks, so that was my first choice. But everyone said that was not a good car, and you know, it was lacking, and so I got into the Ferrari, and now in the McLaren, and people say that the McLaren is one of the hardest cars to drive. I don't know. All right, Peter David. See if he can set up. I think Peter David is faster than Ferreira. Nissan is not common. I don't know why. Don't see it on track that often. Oh, Eric Langlois seems to have a problem. I had a yellow report on him. Yeah, that guy that bought the Ferrari, 5 Ferraris, he inherited the family fortune. The guy is only 30 years old. Now he lives in Monaco. Living kind of a listless life. So, sure there's a story behind that. Come on, Peter, it's gonna do the inside. Oh, he's going really, really tight on that turn. Coming in to the next one. Ah, good. That's really the best way to do this. You go just do the inside and do the actual pass in the next turn as you do the inside, because the other car has to go the outside, and it's going to lose a lot of time because you have to be on the inside on the first apex there. Nikos. Yeah, it's different folks, different strokes. Yeah, the fastest or the closest battle right now is here, down here in P19. Kansand, McKay, Hopkins P1, and Kansand P2, and McKay P3 seems to be the really where it's at right now. Get in the commentary booth here so I can get prepared. So this is it. This is Hopkins. Coming up to a little bit of traffic. That's gonna not do anything. This is his last lap. Drives through on Britos. He must have gotten wide a couple of times then. So it's Ferreira and Peter David we have in front there. So we follow Hopkins. Hopkins also have the fastest lap. He gets points for that. But this is not gonna do anything. Let's see, he gets 60 points. So that's gonna give him 5. Yeah, he's gonna stay where he is in the championship. We're gonna get the Don Queen in as the champion. So don't miss the post show here. As we're gonna do the interview of the top 3. Thank you, Mark. It was a pleasure to do this for you guys. And here he is. Winner today, Bruce Hopkins. Kansund, P2. McKay, P3. Don coming in 19 seconds behind in P4, but he is the champion. He starts to celebrate. Before he goes over the line. He has plenty of time to do that because the guys behind are. So we're gonna get him in in the interview as well. So let me get that ready. So let me jump over to the interview screen. There it is, and I need to correct the podium. There it is, podium. Oh, what happened here? Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna get it corrected. Download podium. There we go. There is the podium. All right, let's get the guys in here. We're gonna get Don here. Hey Don, I'll pull you in here as the champion as well as I'm capturing the other guys. Hopkins. Richard McKay. Okay, guys, can you hear me?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Don.
Hey, I hadn't finished on the podium. What am I doing in here?
Yeah, I got so distracted that you took the championship. So I put you there. So I need to correct that.
He just grabbed Don. He just grabbed all Group 1 drivers into the chat here.
Okay.
Yeah, Don. Yeah.
Exactly.
Not Group 1A, but Group 1.
Yeah. So,
What happened to Vischerek? I looked up. I almost wrecked twice. I was playing with house money. Almost wrecked on lap 3, and that's when I backed off and looked up and couldn't find him. And then I really almost wrecked on lap 16, and that's when I really backed off.
Yeah, he got together with Ollie.
Oh, no.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see Ollie in here either. He didn't finish.
Yeah, so Ollie he really lost that contest because he went into the wall afterwards.
Okay, I didn't know.
Oh, geez.
So,
Hey, new guy was fast in the Ferrari too. I saw that behind.
Yeah, Macedo had a good fight as well. So yeah, it was a lot of little fights down, down the grid, so to speak. But let's talk about you guys here. So let's start with Mr. McKay in P3.
Yes.
How was your race there?
You know what? I was two things I was trying to accomplish. Staying ahead of Don, which that happened. Well, don't say that. And I actually was trying to get Bruce's fastest lap. I came close.
I saw that.
I was trying, and I did see a 0.5 at some point, but I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, and you lost the spot to Mr. Canson, who is got the P2. You lost the spot at I think
at the pit stop.
Pit stop, yeah.
I had a terrible pit stop. I was so worried about speeding into the pits. I lost like 3 seconds on it, and I noticed that because Don was, I think, 5.5 when I went in. Then when I came out, he was 2.5.
I had the best pit entry ever.
I knew you would. That's the problem.
Yeah, that pit
I was probably
comes pretty
doing
quick.
90 miles an hour or 90 kilometers an hour, whatever.
Yeah.
Very close to the line, and was able to get it stopped in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mappe, you had a pretty solid race.
Yeah, for the most part. I almost lost it a couple of times. Mr. McKay was almost overtaking me at one spot when I lost the car.
I almost ran into you that one spot, actually.
Yeah, somehow I managed to keep it in the right direction. And I think at the end of the first stint, my tires just went completely dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made a pretty good pit stop, I think, and managed to take that P2. And the second stint was actually much better than the first one. But I never got close to Bruce. It was just too fast. I just tried to keep up with him first laps, and then he was gone.
Yeah, Bruce,
you worked too fast.
You had a really good series. I mean, your last 4 races that you've been racing, you won them. So you came kind of you bloomed late, so to speak, in the championship here.
Hunting season ended.
Yeah, exactly. So what's your feeling? I mean, you're clearly a Group 1 driver. So I mean, what's your secret? You had a good race from the start.
I don't know, no secrets. I would say what's made the difference for me are those Go setups that we seem to all have. I stuck those in the car, and I just really connect with those setups, and the cars just feel so planted. Today's race was another one. It felt really good. It took me a while this week. I was working with Dawn on the weeknights. I was losing the rear end on it and had to do some tweaks. We came together with a setup. We were driving the same setup. I think I might have done a little more tweaks with it last night, just a click or two, and it worked. But I'll have to say this race right here was most hard fought. Mappe says, he couldn't catch me and everything. I was working my ass off to stay in front of him there, and there was no way I could let off that pedal at all. I had to drive 100%, 10/10ths that whole second stint. I had a terrible pit stop and lost a lot of seconds there, and it came out, and we were anywhere from the high 1s to 3 seconds apart that whole second stint, and I was working hard the whole way. Even when I was slapping down the fastest lap, I was watching Rich because he was doing that. And so I said, I got to pick this up. And I did another 55.7, which was still a little bit just a couple of hundredths behind his. And I swear I gained a 10th, it seemed like, on Mappe, or 2/10 is all. And I'm like, what the heck? How come he won't go away? And then I saw Rich staying right back there the whole time. So the 1, 2, 3 there was just fantastic. I think the back markers worked really well. When we went through one of them there, I was talking to him. There's 2 more behind. They're going to want to get through, but it was just a great 1, 2, 3 race up at the front, and congratulations to the podium.
Yeah, absolutely. And Don, congrats to the championship. You have raced every race out of the 12, and you had a couple of
deciding factor.
Yeah, you had one race that was a throwaway. You had P22. You had one P10.
And that was my favorite track. That was Spa, right? My throwaway track was Spa. Yeah, I wrecked and hit the wall numerous occasions at Spa. I got to see all of the track.
But what's interesting is that you won the championship not by being first in every single race. You did a couple of P3s, a P4, a P5, and P10. So that really shows that if you show up and you place, high up, you can clinch the championship, and I think that's a testament to how we distribute the points, actually.
And I think if you look at Rad, it was very much the same. He had bad luck the last two races,
Yeah.
Bathurst and here. And that's how I was able to take the points last week and hold on to them this week. And that's not how you want to, we started side by side. I wish we'd have finished side by side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because the talking point here before the race was that Radislav could have won the championship if he won the race and you placed 4th or lower.
Yeah. If I crunched all the numbers, it was like if I finish 3rd, if he wins, I finish 3rd, and he gets the fastest lap, we tie.
Yeah.
And then it goes to like who's got the most wins or most seconds
exactly.
or whatever. Yeah. So it could have gotten really spicy.
But he never really got placed in qualifying where he needed to be. So and then he ended up in the outside the track for a bit, and that didn't help. So all right, I had to go and get ready for Group 1. So
good luck.
Hope you guys will watch Group 1.
Well, good luck. Yes. Thanks for commentating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you,
see you later.
Krister, for streaming it.
Congrats.
Bye-bye. Yeah, congrats. Yeah, definitely. And good race, Mappe.
Okay, so there we have it. Paul Ricard, season finale for Group 2. Winner was Hopkins, Kansund, P2, McKay, P3. Championship winner, Don Queen. Second in the championship, Radislav. And third, Bruce Hopkins. So I'm going to go and get ready for my race for Group 1. It starts in about 38 minutes. So I hope you're going to watch that too. Over and out.